Chapter 262. Thousands of mutated beasts below all turned their gaze toward the expanding rift in space. After a moment, the sound of cracking, like shattering glass, ceased. A towering, colossal figure emerged from the rift, a purple creature exuding a terrifying aura that oppressed everything around it. The mutated beasts and humans below immediately broke out in cold sweat, witnessing a powerful being stepping out from the spatial fissure. It was the divine tree, in the form of a massive purple serpent, coiling its body and gazing down upon the thousands of beings below. The three-eyed man instantly recognized it as the purple serpent that had once appeared on television, the very creature that had stretched its body from Earth to the moon. And then there was the towering titan, whose eyes lit up as he assumed that the divine tree was one of the powerhouses of his clan. Perhaps, in his mind, anything large must be a member of the titan race. In the presence of the majestic divine tree, all were silent. The spiritual energy it radiated was truly overwhelming, unlike that of an ordinary, powerful, mutated beast. Longer realized his judgment was correct. Indeed, the master of this place was also a mutated beast from the Misty Mountains. Suddenly, the Titan's massive foot began to move, causing everyone to scatter in a panic, knowing that if they weren't careful, they would be crushed to death by this enormous creature. Unexpectedly, the Titan knelt before the divine tree with great reverence, greeting it as his elder. Damn it! Even the divine tree was perplexed and asked, "Are you really my descendant?" The Titan looked up and calmly replied, "I only recently awakened my Titan bloodline. Since it's impure, it's understandable that you might not recognize it." The divine tree understood now. Its form must have caused this misunderstanding. Silently, the divine tree observed the attributes of the being before it. Divine attribute, mountain god, connected to the mountain ranges, possessing the strength of millions of mountains, and endowed with the attribute of immortality. Indeed, this one was no ordinary being, a divine-class creature, though regrettably unawakened. But that was of no consequence. As long as the attributes were favorable, the divine tree considered all such beings its descendants. There was no need to prove anything further, so the divine tree simply said, "I currently reside in the rear of the world. You should establish a bond with the divine tree. If anything arises, you may seek it out. I will also be watching over you in this battle, so do your best." Hearing these reassuring words from his elder, the Titan was filled with excitement and enthusiastically responded, "Yes, sir." After that, the divine tree ordered Ching Chong to begin shaping the land. The entire terrain immediately began to tremble, causing countless creatures to tumble over in panic. They could hardly fathom what kind of immense and powerful force could wield such authority. The three-eyed man observed for a moment, noticing that the ground was undergoing a transformation. What was once dense with trees now morphed into a vast, circular arena, likely several thousand meters in radius. The mutated beasts were pushed to the outskirts, and this training ground filled Longer with awe. It was 1,000 times larger than the training grounds at his home. At that moment, the divine tree stretched itself into the sky and boldly declared the commencement of the battle. This is the grand event of Misty Mountain. Here, we gather the strongest from various races. The top 108 will receive rewards, and the higher the rank, the more plentiful the rewards. The top 20 will have the privilege to meet the divine tree. The divine tree then pulled out a fruit of light, stating, "As promised, the one who comes out on top will receive this fruit." Instantly, the fruit emitted a brilliant light, radiating in all directions, a pure and dazzling light unlike anything they had ever seen. This sight caused a stir among the crowd. The fruit of light was indeed real, and it was right before their eyes. Longer was astonished. This was truly the fruit of light. Meanwhile, the Rat King snorted smoke from his nostrils, declaring that he would obtain this precious fruit no matter what. The divine tree continued to announce the rules of the competition. The format of the competition is simple. First, there will be an assessment round. After this round, the top 1,000 will qualify. Then, 108 of those will be defeated in one-on-one duels until only one remains. After delivering this speech, the divine tree signaled the bull demon to take action. The bull demon, with its 4 glowing horns, immediately complied. It marched to the center of the arena and bellowed, "The first round is very simple. As long as the first 1,000 of you reach me, you will qualify. I will stand here and wait for you. But of course, you must do so within the allotted time." With that, Ching Chong created a large hourglass that rose from the ground. 2 mutated birds assessed the situation, concluding that this first round would prioritize speed, which would likely give them an advantage over other species. However, 2 mutated cheetahs were even more confident. Even before mutation, they were the pinnacle of speed in the animal kingdom. Now, after mutation, they could achieve speeds comparable to the sound barrier. Longer silently prayed to his ancestors, hoping they would bless him to pass this test. For the panda tribe, however, this situation spelled despair. The Cheesy brothers exchanged a desperate look. The sharp-toothed panda believed that everything was over from the very first round, seeing no way to achieve victory. Cheesy, sweating profusely, tried to calm him down, saying, "Stay calm." The ant tribe, as always, was aggressive, not caring whether it was about speed or strength. As long as there was a fight, they were in. The snow bear, on the other hand, remained calm, with a confident glint in its eyes, even though everyone knew it moved at the speed of a bicycle. The white fox furrowed its brow, observing the situation, its mind racing with countless calculations. Meanwhile, the 3-eyed man and his bear were eerily silent. In general, all the mutated creatures participating were caught off guard. Who could have guessed that speed would be the first test? At that precise moment, the bull demon bellowed, "I declare the competition begins." As soon as these words were spoken, thousands of mutated beasts roared in unison and charged forward. The charging bulls were the most frenzied of all, using their speed to trample other beasts. But damn it, one charging bull rammed into a rhinoceros's rear and was flung aside. The mutated beasts piled on top of each other as they raced ahead, the circle shrinking smaller and smaller. The agile leopards indeed began to show their advantage, leaping over other beasts as they surged forward. However, there were other formidable competitors in this race, the mutated horses, fierce creatures that had dominated the plains and semi-savanna forests. They galloped at full speed, covering dozens of meters with each stride. But even they couldn't compare to the birds in the sky. "Easy money," laughed a brown bird loudly, exclaiming, "Ha, you all are too slow." Longer, running alongside the hulking figure, cursed repeatedly. Why are these mutated beasts so freakishly strong? At this rate, how can humanity ever hope to win? The panda contestant with the pink scarf, running and sweating profusely, was leading the pack. Wait, no. Everyone had already overtaken him. He cried out in despair, I give up. I can't do this." It was time. The divine tree commanded the bull demon to begin using gravity. The bull demon obeyed, channeling his spiritual energy, and his muscles tensed as he unleashed tenfold gravity. The entire space around them suddenly became incredibly heavy, pulling everything violently toward the ground within a radius that covered the entire gigantic arena. Of course, this was not the full extent of the bull demon's power. This was merely a game to him. But under the overwhelming force of this mutated strength, every creature was pinned to the ground. The larger beasts, like the rhinoceroses, were the first to collapse, their roars echoing everywhere. The bull demon snorted, feeling quite satisfied with the power of his move. End of chapter 262.